friends, welcome back to my channel. I think it is time that I give you all a homeschool update. So stick around and that will be today's video. All right, I want to start this video off by just saying that I kind of anticipated this holiday season going the way that it has. However, I didn't quite anticipate exactly what is happening, if that makes any sense. If you watched any of my previous videos on like homeschooling through the holidays or any of that, I will link them up for you, but I kind of had already had this feeling of not doing a lot of schooling. And we were I could feel us just wanting to take a break. And I was, privy to that, and I was going to embrace that. And it was going to be fine. I did, however, have some plans that I was really, really excited about. I got the Advent studies from Daily Grace Co. I got the family one for us to do together as a family. And then I got myself the, what is it called? Waiting for the Savior, I think, Advent study, just for me to do in the mornings. We had a ton of Christmas books, and I had the Christmas Around the World from Gather Round. Now that was for obviously more of December, and then for November, I had that week of Thanksgiving kind of fun things that I got from Teachers Pay Teachers. I did do a flip through of that if you guys saw it. And then I did have some Thanksgiving books and stuff as well. So, moral of the story, we aren't doing school. And I don't know how I feel about it. If I'm just being completely honest and transparent here. So we got through the Thanksgiving week, with like the, worksheets and like the fun little crafts and things like that. We did really enjoy that, and that actually worked out perfect for us. Then we took the week off for Thanksgiving, and we hosted this year, so we had, lots of cleaning and cooking and preparation and things like that were happening, and that was really great. And then the first week of December came, and I didn't start school. And by school, I just mean I wanted to start at least our Christmas Around the World. I wanted to do Christmas Around the World towards the front half of December, because I knew that the back half of December obviously was going to be very busy. We have family Christmas parties, and then we have Christmas and all that stuff. So I knew if there was a time we were going to be able to get it done, it likely was going to be closer to the beginning of December versus towards the later half of December. Well, we didn't do that. As you guys probably saw in my, I think it's the last video, we went shopping for Christmas for Foster's. That took up a day, but then the day prior to that, we had to get things together and run errands. And then it just seems like it's just not stopped yet. It was like once Thanksgiving ended, there was just this list of things that we just kept adding during the week. And yeah, I mean, where we live, a trip to go into town to run errands and do things pretty well takes up the day, if not at least half of the day. And so we just were getting busy. And then by the time we were getting back home, we just didn't want to do any schooling. And we've not been really reading any books. And so things have just stopped, to be honest, with in regards to school things. We've not done any math. We've not done any of the Christmas Around the World unit, and we've only read a handful of our Christmas books so far. While I am doing my best to embrace that and just realize that learning does not have to happen in this room that I'm in, that we kind of use as our classroom. Learning is happening all of the time. But there is still a part of me that is, I don't want to say upset, because I'm not necessarily upset, but I kind of wish that things would slow down a little bit for us so that we could get the Christmas Around the World in, and so that we could spend a little bit more time in books and doing the crafts and the extra baking and things. It seems like we've just been go, 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 that we've not really gotten to do any of those types of things. Now, again, we do have several weeks, well, I say several, we have a couple of weeks left that I'm hoping we can kind of get those things worked in. But to be very honest, again, I'm seeing all of these beautiful candlelit mornings with readings and snickerdoodle cookie poetry tea times, and all of these beautiful ways of just slowing down and enjoying the season and all of those things. And they are beautiful. And there is a part of me that's like, man, that would be so great. I think we would really enjoy something like that. But the reality is we're just not, that's just not going to happen for us this year. And it may happen in the future, it may not. That may not necessarily be a thing that really resonates well with us this season. We live in an area that this time of year is the time of year that we get to go outside and enjoy being outside. And we are a hunting family. And so Saturdays and Sundays, we are not home. We are out in the woods, which means Monday comes, all of the laundry and going to the grocery store and all of those things. And so that's just the reality of our home. We don't have many cold days. We certainly do not have any snow days where we can just kind of snuggle up and be home and be inside. It's just not how it works where we live. I have to realize that my Christmas season, my Advent studies, all of those things, just like the rest of my homeschooling, does not look like everyone else's. And that's perfectly fine. So yeah, there is a little part of me that sees those and is kind of like, well, maybe I should try and work it in. But then the thought, it gets overwhelming, because there are all these other things that we need to be doing. Although I am only in my second year of homeschooling, I have very quickly learned there are ebbs and flows. And sometimes something works, and then a month later, that thing may not work anymore. And I am learning to be content and be happy with that. And it's okay. It's not a big deal. And this is just one of those times. I was able to start my Advent study from Daily Grace, my personal one that I bought. But I was a little discouraged at the beginning because I honestly had never done Advent, or I didn't know anything about Advent. So I didn't know that you were supposed to start on Sunday with the candle lighting, and then, or at least in this study, that's what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing that kind of as a general trend. And so I'm assuming that's how Advent works. But I didn't know that. So I was, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed Monday morning, ready to start. I'm like, oh, well, I'm already kind of late. And then I guess I could double up, but it's 5:30 in the morning. I can't really light a candle right now. And it was just all of these thoughts. And I decided I'm just going to do it, right? It's the heart of the matter. And I want to learn and I want to know. and I will know for next year, but it's okay. The point of the study is to learn and to grow and deepen my relationship with the Lord. And so that's what I'm going to use it for. He knows my heart and he knows my situation. And so I am just resting in that, and it's good enough. As I have said on my Instagram, we are just life schooling. We're doing laundry, we're working together to do laundry, we're cooking, all of those kinds of things. And it's okay. We needed a break. We've kind of been real heavy in school for a year with ready to read and then moving into bigger units and things like that. So we're just going to take the break. I am going to try to at least get some of the Christmas Around the World in, because I think it would be really fun, and I don't think it's too heavy where it will kind of bog us down, but it just hasn't happened yet, and I haven't found the time to really be able to sit with my daughter and kind of work through that. So I don't know if anybody else is kind of feeling this rut sort of that I'm in. I hear a lot of people talk about how like January and February is typically where people kind of get stuck, after the holidays. And I'm hoping that maybe our kind of rut is now during the holidays, and then hopefully come the new year, we'll be able to kind of pick it back up. Because that's kind of what I had anticipated. And to me, it just makes sense with the way that things go for our family, that we would kind of start fresh beginning of the year, work through most of the year, through summer and all that kind of stuff. And then as the holidays start getting closer, we just kind of taper off on school. I don't know. It's all an experiment, and it changes every year, right? It always is changing. One last thing I did want you guys, that I thought maybe I would share with you is I have planned a fun little field trip coming up, that we will be able to go to a candy factory, and we'll be able to make candy canes, and we'll get to tour the factory and all of that stuff. I'm really wanting to make that happen. And so I am making preparations this week, or for the next couple days, to kind of set us up so that we can have a day that we go and get to enjoy that. And I'm going to count that as a field trip. I'm sure we can use a little bit of math in there. I'm quite sure there's some science in there. And so not all is lost. We still are going to try and get that done, so that maybe it'll make me feel a little bit better. And now I'm getting some reading in. When we were doing our Christmas for Fosters shopping, we definitely did math. I had my daughter out with the calculator, and she was adding up things, because there was a specific number that we were trying to stay around as far as what we were spending. And so as we would go to different places and add different things in our buggy, I had her keeping tabs and keeping track of things. So there is definitely schooling happening, but like I said, we're just life schooling. And sometimes you need a little bit of that, and there is certainly nothing wrong with that. At some point in her life, she is going to have to figure out how to budget and how to go to a store and shop within that budget. So I'm counting that one as a win. So that really is it for our homeschool update. There's some schooling happening, but not in the books. I'll take it. Not too bad. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.